Hello everybody, my name is Sarah, also known as Weight Watcher, Cape Cod Woman, and I have a question for you. We are about midway through the season, the warm season, the no excuse season. So how are you doing with all of those things that in February you hoped to obtain, and retain if it was a loss? How are you doing with that? I remember, it was so bitter cold. It was a brutal winter here in the Northeast and couldn't do a lot of the things. And so, like myself, I heard a lot of you, with the pledges of once summer gets here, I'm going to do farmers markets, I'm going to walk, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to swim, I'm going to play tennis, I'm going to run, I'm going to yada, 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 not to mention the food. I'm going to take full advantage of the summer bounty. I'm not going to have any excuses about getting enough veggies in my diet. Fruits are never a problem. It's the veggie part. Am I doing that pound of raw veggies and that pound of steamed veggies each day? I weighed my romaine, by the way. Dr. Furman said have a pound of the steamed and a pound of the raw, and I weighed my romaine, and it was almost a half a pound. So you can get there quite easily. And I usually have roasted, not steamed, just for the record. But anyway, in this no excuse season of summer, are you working on all the things that you promised, either to me or someplace else on a blog, or to your Weight Watcher leader, or to your Weight Watcher sponsor or mentor? Are you doing all the things that you said that you would do once it got here? And this is kind of like the midterms, right? It's the end of July, and so we've had a really nice hunk of days that we could pull together and do all the things that we hoped we could do. For myself, I've walked almost every single day, and I have not done my downstairs routine. I was just so in need of always doing it all winter. I guess that now that I've got my summer, and it's also my walk in the dark is my think time, is my coming up with ideas for here. I do just about everything except plan my menu, because earlier in the week with my flyers and my tracker, I kind of put in the bones on over the weekend of what I'm going to have, kind of like put in the protein every single night, and then I build around it. And my lunches, it's the same thing. And my lunches probably have more variety than my routine of my dinners. And some of you have seen what I make for both. But so how are you doing with the non-scale victories, as well as the scale victories, now that it's the end of July and we've had some time? So what I do is I walk every day for the most part. It's 4 miles, and I do it in the dark with my talk radio, and I found on my TuneIn app, I found Chatting with the Gurus, and I listened to a panel of nutrition experts. Dr. Hyman was one of them. I'm spacing on the other ones, but I found it yesterday, and I worked my 9-hour shift yesterday, so I didn't have a chance to look further. But I can't wait, and I'm hoping that it has a podcast that you can choose when you scroll down. And then I also listened to a fitness trainer, and he calls himself the celebrity fitness trainer. And it's on a podcast that's called Resume. And so it's kind of about his past and how he got there. And although he wouldn't divulge all the people, the celebrities that he was working with because of confidentiality, which I appreciate, he did talk about nutrition a little bit. And yesterday I just indulged in reading Dr. Hyman, Dr. Furman, and then this other man named Gary Taube, Taube. And his book is so technical that I felt like I was sitting in a medical class going for my MD. So I don't recommend that book because it didn't give me the details that I was looking for. This Chatting with the Gurus website, on TuneIn, the app, is, her name is Connie Breton, and she wrote the book called Sugar Shock, and there's another book that she wrote as well, and maybe it's a follow-up. So she talked briefly about that, so I'm going to look into that. And I did purchase from my Kindle store Dr. Amen, Dr. Hyman, and a Rick Warren book, and about nutrition, motivation. And Rick Warren is a pastor, I think, from Texas and stuff, and Daniel Amen does a lot of specials on the brain on PBS. He's fascinating. And of course, Dr. Hyman with his blood solution diet, who I'm really liking reading him. So I'm doing some moderations to my food plan, but not a whole lot. It's just my animal protein. I'm much more conscious of it, and like I've been becoming. When I have my cottage cheese or my other cheeses, it's in very small amounts, and definitely the steak, I still have that on Saturday night, but it's a whole bunch more salads, and I am doing, I think what Dr. Furman said, which is to have 2 salads a day, and that's what I'm doing. And so that is my midterm report. Walking and not much upper body stuff. I know, shame on me. The scale is not budging. I seem to weigh the same thing every week. I have 2 naked weigh-ins, Thursday morning and Friday morning, and I seem to weigh the same every single week. So I'm definitely in maintenance. I'm not trying to lose. So anyway, just wondered what your midterm review is, and in this no excuse season of summer, what are you up to? How is your plan going? All those, not New Year's resolutions, but all those plans that you made when it was too cold to do the stuff, and the produce sections just said the same old, same old. How are you doing now that all is available? I hope you have a wonderful day. Until the next time, this has been Sarah. Bye-bye for now.